Patrick, another fantastic global symposium, the 11th for OHDSI, over 400 people in attendance. It's always great to have the community coming together. What were your reflections of those 3 days? What stood out to you?
Yeah, it was really an energizing event to have over 400 individuals come together in New Brunswick. It was exciting to see how much global participation we had with lots of participants, not only from the US, but from Europe and Asia Pac and Australia and LATAM and our Africa chapter represented there. I think some of the highlights for me, it was exciting to see on our first day with all of our tutorials that there was a good number of newcomers who came for our intro tutorial, but lots of engagement in our advanced tutorials, and to see the entire audience there for our network reception where we were able to kick off our collaborator showcase early, and to see the collaborations and the folks really engaging with the content was really exciting. I mean, during our main conference, I appreciated that everybody leaned into the spirit of community and collaboration throughout the day. And we really saw a lot of great effort in our collaborator showcase in seeing the posters and the software demos and the lightning talks, that we really put a lot of emphasis on showcasing the scientific excellence of the community. And then actually I was really excited to see in our work group activities how much thorough engagement there was across so many different topics. And when we summarized everything at the end of the day, it was really nice to see folks coming together and sharing the very tangible efforts that people plan for moving forward.
We expanded the collaborator showcase for extra sessions. The networking event on Tuesday night had a poster preview. If you missed it, or if you want to see some of these posters again, they're all available on the OHDSI website. You can find the link in this newsletter. Terrific scientific innovations throughout those 3 days. But the overall theme I thought was an interesting one, and I'd like you to talk about it a little bit more. There was the focus on improving trust in science, and the focus of greater global collaboration in network studies. Why were those the two themes chosen for the symposium, and what do you hope were the takeaway messages that people got from the plenaries on the?
Yeah, I think in 2025, there's been a lot of opportunity for reflection about what does trust in science really mean. And so I appreciated George Ripsack in his State of the Community highlighting what trust in science means and the role that OHDSI can play as an open science community and trying to drive that trust. I also appreciated hearing from Judy Rakusin providing kind of a long-range view of how we think about the role of science in making important decisions for public health from her 30 years at the FDA. And in our plenary session that Martijn and Asia and Cindy showcased, we're really trying to drive forward the pivotal role that OHDSI can have in running network studies as a mechanism to really drive trust in science. And so I think we've made a lot of progress as an OHDSI community towards why we can consider ourselves to be a pillar towards not just generating evidence, but actually trying to provide a foundation for understanding why that evidence can and should be trusted to drive clinical outcomes. And as part of that plenary session, one of the key elements of that is the only way that we can truly build trustworthy evidence is if we actually have a global community working together around the world. We showcased, for example, that one of the needs for reliable evidence is diversity in the data network. And that actually means representing different populations in different data capture processes in order to justify the legitimacy of the evidence. And so those plenary sessions were a demonstration of that, but I think we also used that main conference day as an opportunity to try to reinforce the idea of what global collaboration could mean. So I was excited to see everybody engage in the network activities that we had to showcase what are folks working on, what do they want to work on, and what they need help with. And I hope everybody had a little bit of fun in our closing session where we really tried to reinforce why we need to be working together as one global community.
Yeah, people miss that. They're going to want to check that out. But the videos from the plenaries and the closing and the State of the Community, which you mentioned, George Ripsack led, all available again on the OHDSI Global Symposium homepage. So now we move forward. We think about global collaboration. How do we continue to build it? And I think a great way are more face-to-face meetings, more events. And although there's only 2 months left in 2025, there's still a number of events that are happening. And I think that's a really exciting sign for, the continued growth of this community.
Yeah, I think that whenever we have an opportunity to come together, we really need to see that as a forcing function to start future collaborations. And so, as exciting as it was to see everybody together at the Global Symposium, I'm also excited to see all of the upcoming OHDSI events that are going to take place. That includes our OHDSI Africa Symposium that'll take place in Uganda. We've got our upcoming OHDSI APAC Symposium in Shanghai. We also are looking forward to seeing our next OHDSI India Symposium, the OMOP for Sweden event. All of these are opportunities for members of our community. Also, our Pan-Canadian OMOP meeting. It's really exciting to see all of these events happening throughout the world, and I hope that all of them offer an opportunity for stakeholders in our community to make new connections and to forge meaningful partnerships to move science forward.
Information on these events available here in this newsletter and also on the OHDSI webpage. It's really been a blast. It was a great event and still so much to look forward to here in 2025. Thanks for joining, Patrick.
Thanks, Craig. Trust in science.